Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning into TradeChat. My name is Panzer, and of course patch 7.2.5 will be out next week on June 13th. So today we're going to be going over all of the most up-to-date information of what you need to know about the patch. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you do, remember to rate it thumbs up. As with every major patch in World of Warcraft, players can expect to see some class and balance changes in 7.2.5, but in an effort to keep this video under 4 hours long and not bore everybody to death, I'm not going to go over all of the individual changes in this video. Instead, I have a link in the info below that covers all of the individual class, spec, and balance changes, so if you are interested in what is happening with your character in 7.2.5, check it out. Legendaries have played a huge part in the Legion expansion, and that will not be changing anytime soon, even though the cap will remain at 2 equipped legendaries in 7.2.5. Legendary item level, however, will be increased from 940 to 970 with the new patch. Players will be able to upgrade their existing 940 legendaries to 970 using the new Distilled Titan Essence. On top of that, each spec will be getting a new legendary along with a class ring legendary that allows players access to an additional talent in their talent trees. It's worth mentioning, however, that you will not be able to target for these legendaries using nether shards on the Broken Shore, which is kind of a bummer, but then I kind of understand it as well. I think some of the biggest changes taking place in patch 7.2.5 are those that affect Mythic plus Dungeons. They're basically getting an entire overhaul in this patch, starting with the scaling. Mythic plus Dungeons will now scale to 10% health and damage per keystone level, up from 8% health and damage per keystone level. On top of that, gear will now scale to keystone level 15. Gone will be the days of steamrolling through a low Keystone Mythic Plus to get additional chests, because chests are being eliminated entirely. Instead, at a base level, all Mythic Plus dungeons will guarantee 2 pieces of loot if you complete them. If your group completes them within the given timer, you will receive an additional piece of loot. Now, on top of all of that, for every Keystone level over 15, the group will receive a 40% chance at receiving an additional piece of loot, and this will stack with each Keystone level, meaning that, like, for example, if you go through a Keystone level 20, you make the timer, you beat the dungeon, you will be guaranteed 4 pieces of loot. In addition to all of those changes to Mythic Plus Dungeons, players will also no longer be able to deplete Mythic Plus Keystones. Instead, they will be able to de-level them. So the way it'll work is if your group completes your Mythic Plus within the given time frame, at the end you will receive a new Keystone for a random dungeon that is 1 to 3 levels higher than the Keystone dungeon that you just completed. Now, if your group goes through and you complete the dungeon but you miss the timer, you'll receive a random Keystone for a Mythic Plus dungeon that is 1 level lower than whatever the dungeon is that you just did not make the timer for. I hope that makes sense. And finally, if your group just doesn't complete the dungeon at all for whatever reason, your Keystone will be the same dungeon, but it'll be de-leveled by 1 level. So if you keep doing this over and over again, you can get a really janky, crappy Keystone if that's what you want to do. Although, I feel like there's not as much of an incentive to do that anymore, since you get bonus loot for doing higher level Mythic plus dungeons within the time limit. So do with this information as you will. One of the most highly anticipated features of 7.2.5 is time walking raids, specifically Black Temple time walking. So once the patch hits and BC time walking week rolls around, players will be able to gather up in a pre-made group, head over to Black Temple, and relive their glory days fighting against Illidan. Everyone will be scaled down to level 70 with an item level of 141, and the difficulty of this raid is going to be somewhere in between LFR and normal, closer to normal though. Now in Black Temple, you'll see a lot of familiar drops from Burning Crusade with Legion stats on them, as well as new drops for monks, death knights, and demon hunters that are kind of styled in a way that you'd believe they would have dropped during that time period had those classes existed during that time period, if that makes any sense at all. But I think the thing that everybody is most excited for regarding Black Temple time walking is the ability to transmog the Warglaives of Azzinoth. And the way that works is if you have gotten Warglaives of Azzinoth out of the Burning Crusade version of Black Temple, and then you go complete Black Temple time walking, you'll receive a cosmetic item that will allow you to transmog to Illidan's iconic weapons. And everybody is very excited about this, but I feel like as soon as this comes out and everybody's wearing the same Warglaives, they'll be a lot less excited about it. One of the things I'm really looking forward to in 7.2.5 is the new single-player scenario, The Deaths of Chromie. This is a time-traveling scenario where you have to basically save Chromie from being assassinated, because it's bad to get assassinated, alright? But the reason that I'm so particularly excited about this is because we've seen them kind of playing around with different solo content lately with, you know, the Mage Tower stuff as well as the Withered training, so I'm excited to see the direction that they're going in from here. Plus, Chromie's involved, and Chromie's awesome. For players who have completed the Wailing Caverns Pet Battle Dungeon, there will be a new Pet Battle Dungeon for you coming in 7.2.5. This one is pirate themed and takes place in the Dead Mines. You can also expect to see a few new mini holidays in 7.2.5, including the Auction House Dance Party, the Great Gnomeragon Run, and the Moonkin Festival. In addition to the new micro holidays and the Chromie solo player content, there is also a new weekly event called the Trial of Style. Now, in the Trial of Style, players will enter a scenario where they will face off against 4 other players in an epic battle of style. There'll be themes, you have to transmog within that theme, and then everybody will vote and the winner will receive a prize. Now, the unfortunate thing right now is that the prizes are a little underwhelming because Trial of Style was originally intended to be a micro holiday, meaning that it didn't have any rewards at all. So right now the rewards are just Burning Crusade model gear, nothing super exciting. But because it went from being a micro holiday to like an actual event, there is a potential for Blizzard to give it a little more love in the future if we support the event now. So the TLDR of this is that I need you guys to support Trial of Style so that I can eventually get cool transmog things and be real fancy, and I need you to back me up on this, okay? Not everything is about you. Some things are about me. I'm sorry. And of course, what everyone out there who does PvE content is most excited about is the new raid coming with 7.2.5, the Tomb of Sargeras, featuring a whole slew of new bosses, including the final boss, Kill Jaden. Now, you'll have a chance to earn the glory of the Tomb Raider achievement, which will reward you with the Tomb Raider title and the Micro Nax Companion, which is a Nax. It's so cute. On top of that, you can earn the Mount the Abyss Worm, which has a random chance to drop off of one of the bosses. But the best part of Tomb of Sargeras, by far, is that Tier 20 is heavily inspired by Tier 6. I mean, it's basically just like an HD remake of Tier 6. Check it out. am I right? I'm so excited for tier 20. I can't actually decide what in 7.25 I'm most looking forward to because obviously Black Temple Time Walking looks amazing. Tomb of Sargeras looks amazing. I'm super excited for the Trial of Style, but I would love to know what you guys are most excited for in 7.2.5. Let me know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumb up and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I do so good until the outro. You know what it is? I think I am accustomed to being able to talk while Steve is mowing, and of course I'm done filming, so Steve is done mowing now, so how does one even talk? I don't know. I want to take one more opportunity to thank everybody who supported our St. Jude fundraiser. This past month our team raised over $100,000 in just 30 days, so thank you so much for that. I am gonna go. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I love you all. You're in my hearts. I'll see you soon. Goodbye. What was this? What is this? Crab claws? Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodness. Goodbye. 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 If I looked a little blue in that take, it's because I'm filming using my laptop because my computer is being worked on right now and I just watched it get a blue screen of death, so. So if you see weird flashing things going on in my face, that's why. There's another blue screen. You will receive 2 chests, 2 loots. 2 loots! In addition to the new solo content, the micro holidays, go do the things, support the things so that I can get cool transmog, alright? This is all about you, Steve. I want everything. Please subscribe to my channel, thumb up this video, all of that good stuff. I'm gonna go. I hope you're all having a, wow, if my screens could stop going blue, that would be fantastic. I don't know, judge me if you need to, I don't care. Oh, Panzer likes to do solo content. It's an MMORPG, not an SSORPG. Shut up. Shut up. I'm sorry.